and welcome back to another video of CalcNerd. So today's video is going to be on a game that was requested by Insane Brand. So thank you to Insane Brand for requesting another game. You have some really good recommendations, so I do hope you keep recommending stuff because I love to make stuff that you guys want me to make because it means that you guys really will have a use for the stuff that I'm making. So as requested by Insane Brand, I made a racing game and it does have a shop. So this is my first game to use a custom list, and I will show you how to set that up and what it looks like and what you can use custom lists for. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of today's video. Okay, so now we're going to run program race. So I called it race. So here it is right here. It's the only one with R. The actual name of the game is Speedway, but I have so many programs that start with S that it's just insane. So I decided to call it race instead. So as you can see, it's Speedway. That's supposed to be like a little car comes in. So you can play shop or exit. You use second to select, and so the car goes off screen, and then you also just nothing happens, like it exits. So now I'm going to play. And so what play does is it puts you on this little field and you have to stay in between those little hash marks, otherwise you get crashed. It's like a little fire there, and then play or quit. So you can move up and down, and then always second to select. So if I want to play again, I can do that. So as you can see, just move the car around and you collect points for how far you go, and you want to try to stay centered. And there, as you can see, I got 15. And the better the car, and I'll show you in a second, the better the car that you get, the more points you get per round. It does increase the amount of points you get. So I'm just going to quit. I'm going to just click enter to run it again. I'm going to go into the shop. So as you can see, I have 618 like coins in this game. So as you can see, the cars and then track, and I did an exclamation point because why not? So you use left and right to select. So as you can see, you can buy cars. So the best one, in my opinion, is the exclamation point, and you can change it around too, depending on what you think the best looking car is. So if you want to buy, you would click second, and I will buy one in just a second here. But if you just want to select one that you've already bought, you click second, and you do have to buy them in order, so you have to get the 200 one before the 300 one. So I'm just going to go over to track now, so I click second, so now it switches over to track, and as you can see, it shows me all the different track, and there's not quite as many tracks. There's only 6 different tracks, but there's 9 different cars. So I'm going to buy the second track, which is this little degrees sign, I believe that's what that is. Or no, it's just like, oh, it's a lowercase o, that's what it is. So I'm going to click second. I buy that. It takes me back to the beginning. And if I click play, it will keep my selection that I had. And even if I exit the game, it will keep my selection for the next game because I use that custom list. That's how I accomplish that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to just play it just a little bit more so you can get an idea, and I'm going to try to see how far I can go on the game. And I forgot to explain, like the second car gives you 2 extra bonus points, and the second thing, or the second track, gives you 2 extra. So if you have the 9th car, you get 9 extra bonus points at the end. So you want to have as high level of a car as you can, so you get more bonus points when you're playing. So now I'm going to do just a little bit more playthrough, and we're going to unlock a couple more cars and try them out. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little look into the list. So I'm just going to go into L Race and just show you what it looks like. So it's 192 for coins, and then the 2, 3, and 2 and 3. So the first one is how many cars you unlocked, I believe. It might be the other way around. It's cars unlocked is 2 of them, and then the other 2 are what car you're currently using. So it remembers what car you were last using instead of just if you exit the program and then do something else and you mess those variables up, if If you mess those up, then it will be a different car or it might be out of bounds. So that's why I have a custom list, and then also it keeps track of how many coins you have while you're playing. So now I'm going to show you how you can make this on your own calculator. And I will show you how to get like the L race and stuff, so don't worry about that. 5 store into the dimensions of L race. If L race at 1 is equal to 0, 175 store into L race at 1. So basically, to make a custom list, what you're going to do is you're going to click second and 0, which takes you into the catalog, and you're going to click the L key, which is the parenthesis right here, and you're going to click enter. So you're going to get that little L on your screen, and then you're going to type in all capital letters and no numbers. Actually, you probably can have a couple of numbers, but I just prefer all letters. So if you wanted to do like L race or L race car or LR, if you wanted to keep it really short, you can do that, and you do not have to type it each time. So what you're going to do after you do that, you're going to exit the program. After you type basically the first line, run the program. So you go program and then execute alpha R or whatever the first letter is of your program. So you'd execute that. Then you'd have the custom thing where you can go second and stat, and it'll take you into the lists, and it will be the very bottom one unless you have different lists, and I do actually have one more below that as well. So now I'm going to show you the rest of the program so you can make this on your own calculator. Okay, and then this I'm not going to read off. I'm just going to let you read that just in case I say something wrong. So I'll just let you guys read that and store into string 1, and then the next one store into string 2. And remember, you can do this in whatever order you feel like. Maybe the best car, you want it to be last, so it's the most rewarding and the most fun to use. Like, for example, I think 8 is one of the better cars. I think it looks the best. It's almost like 2 little wheels. So that's just my personal preference. So you can do that however you'd like. And same for the track. And I have been getting some comments that people are not able to see my screen. So I do apologize if you're not able to see my screen very well. I do recommend you try turning up your settings to full on YouTube. Sometimes that helps, and it allows you to see it with a little bit more clarity. And if not, I will happily post the source code so you can make this on your own calculator, because I'd love you guys to be playing my games and just having a ton of fun. So remember, if you cannot see the screen, I will help you. Don't feel bad about saying that, because I do not have the best recording equipment, obviously. So now we're going to go on with the program. I hope you can see it, and if not, remember, just comment down below and I will happily help you. If not, L race at X, 1 store into L race at X. And L race at 2 store into Z, and L race at 3 store into theta. Label 4, clear home. For X, 5, 12, output at 2, X, sub speedway, X minus 4, 1, rand 3, end. 7 store into Y. For X, 1, 6, decrease Y until it gets to 1, and then you skip the next line. Output 3, X, sub, quote, and then the little race car, and you can make this however you'd like. I think I achieved a fairly good looking race car. I mean, it's not the best probably it could be, but this is what I came up with. So if you want to make a different race car, go right ahead. Just make sure that it is 6 characters long. Otherwise, you're going to have to change the code around a little bit. So if it's not 6 characters, you're going to just have to change the code just a little bit, not much. So output that race car at Y, X. If X is greater than 1, output 3, X minus 1, quote, and there's 1 space there. Ran 2, end. Output 5, 7, quote, play. Output 6, 7, quote, shop. Output 7, 7, quote, exit. 5 store into Y. Output at Y, 6, quote, the greater than sign. Repeat until K is equal to 21. Get key store into K. If sum of K is equal to 25, 34, then output at Y, 6, quote, and I believe there's 1 space there, yes, because it just is erasing the greater than sign, so it looks like your arrow is moving down on the screen. max 5, comma, min 7, comma, y plus k is equal to 34, minus k is equal to 25, store into y. Output at y, comma, 6, comma, quote, the greater than sign, and two ends. Y store into a for x, comma, 6, comma, 16. Output 3, comma, x, comma, quote, space, or comma, quote, sorry, and then my car design as well. And so it is a negative capital O equals minus a capital O and then a greater than sign for like a little front on it. And then output at 3, comma, x minus 1, comma, quote, and that is one space. And then 4, comma, 1, comma, quote, and I believe that's like 6 spaces, yes. If x is equal to 16, output at 3, comma, 16, comma, quote, 1 space. Again, right there, yep. End. If a is equal to 7, return. If a is equal to 5, go to 1. If a is equal to 6, go to 2. Label 1. 0 store into s, clear home. For x, comma, 1, comma, 7, output at x, comma, 5, comma, sub string 2 at theta and then 1. So this is the actual game part of it. So if you do just want the game part of it, not the shop stuff, and you just want to have a random car that you just select, you can also just do a little bit of the code, not do like the fancy beginning part. Output it, I already said that, so output at x, comma, 11, comma, sub string 2 at theta, comma, 1. End. Display two quotes and then a comma and then two quotes, comma, and you do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times because the last one you do that when you're actually running the game. Otherwise, it does a weird thing where it just moves it at the bottom, and then eventually, once it's done it enough times, it actually starts going. So, okay, so output at 5, comma, 8, comma, sub string 1 at z, comma, 1. 8 store into x and 5 store into y. Repeat until x is less than or equal to y, or x is greater than or equal to y plus 6, or k is equal to 45. S plus 1 store into s. Get key store into k. Output at 5, comma, x, comma, quote, 1 space. X plus k is equal to 26 minus k is equal to 24, store into x. Output at 6, comma, x, comma, sub string 1 at z, comma, 1. Max 1, comma, min 10, comma, randint y minus 1, comma, y plus 1, store into y. Output at 8, comma, answer, comma, sub string 2, comma, theta, comma, 1. Output at 8, comma, answer plus 6, comma, sub string 2 at theta, comma, 1. So theta is actually the track. I think I said it the other way around earlier, so I apologize for that. And then display quote quote. So it won't actually display anything, it'll just move everything one up on the screen. So that's how it creates the effect that the track is moving. End. I part at s divided by 3 store into s. L race at 1 plus s store into L race at 1. Z plus theta. And then, so you might be wondering, okay, he just does a z plus theta. That's because I do an answer right here. So it's taking whatever your thing is. So let's say you have the first car and the first track. That means z plus theta is 2. So answer is 2. So it'll give you 2 extra bonus points. And that's the bonus points for your car. So for example, if you have the 9th car and the 6th track, that'll be 15 extra bonus points. So it's pretty good once you get a really good car. So output at 8, comma, 1, comma, s plus answer. L race at 1 plus answer store into L race at 1. Okay, so output at 5, comma, x, comma, quote, and then that would be 1 space right there. For y, comma, 5, comma, 12. Output 2 at 2, comma, y, comma, sub crashed, comma, y minus 4, comma, 1. Output at 7, comma, x, comma, quote, w, ran 2. Output 7, comma, x, comma, quote, little w, ran 2. Output 7, comma, x, comma, quote, little v, ran 2. Output 7, comma, x, big V, and also another ran 2. If you do not have lowercase letters on your graphing calculator, I do have a video on that. You can go click right up there in the corner, and that'll take you to that video. It's a one-line program, so it's really simple. I hope you do check that out. It's a pretty interesting thing. It actually uses hexadecimal and speaks right to the calculator's processing unit, so it's pretty awesome. End. 7, output at 7, comma x, comma quote a space, output 4, comma 6, comma quote play, and output 5, comma 6, comma quote quit. And so that's that little menu where your play quit, and you can choose whatever you want after you have crashed. 4, store into x, repeat until k is equal to 21, get key, store into k. If sum of k is equal to 34, comma 25, then output at x, comma 5, comma quote a space, min 5, comma max 4, comma x plus k is equal to 34, minus k is equal to 25, store into x. Output at x, comma 5, comma quote a greater than sign, and end. And that's 2 ends, actually. If x is equal to 4, go to 1. If x is equal to 5, return. Label 2. Output at 1, comma 5, comma quote speedway, and then output at 2, comma 6, comma quote shop. And there's a minus sign on either side of shop. And this is starting to get into the shop part of the program. So pay attention here. It's kind of an interesting way that I did this. If you're curious how I did this as well, I would be happy to explain in the comments. If you do have any questions, feel free to post anything that you need answered. Output at 5, comma 3, comma quote cars, and then 2 spaces right there, 1, 2, and then track. Output at 6, comma 3, comma quote a greater than, or sorry, less than sign, a couple spaces, and then right there, couple spaces, another one, couple spaces. That's actually 3 spaces in between the first one and the second one, and then in between both of those, there's only 2. So output at 6, comma 5, comma sub, string 1, comma lrace at 4, comma 1. Output at 6, comma 12, comma sub, string 2, comma lrace at 5. So it's outputting whatever your current car is also. So just kind of a neat feature that I put in just so you don't have to scroll through. So it automatically starts at whatever car you are at. Output at 8, comma 1, comma lrace at 1. lrace at 4, store into x. Repeat until k is equal to 21, and lrace at 4 is greater than or equal to x, or lrace at 4 plus 1 is equal to x, and lrace at 1 is greater than or equal to c, and k is equal to 21. So basically what this is doing is checking to make sure that you click this key, and then it's like, okay, so now that he's clicked that key, does he own this car? And if he owns it, don't charge him for it. And that code will be later on. Or if he doesn't own the car, but it's the car right after one that he owns, and he has enough credits to buy it, then you can continue. So that's basically what that means. Get key, store into k. Output at 6, comma 5, comma sub string 1, comma x, comma 1. Min 9, comma max 1, comma x plus k is equal to 26, minus k is equal to 24, store into x. X times 100, store into C. So whatever your position is, so let's say it's the third one, multiply that by 100, so that means that car is going to cost 300 coins. Output at 7, comma 4, comma quote, and I believe that is 3 spaces. Yes, it is 3 spaces. If lrace at 4 is less than x, output 7, comma 4, comma C. And if C and lrace at 4 is less than x, then lrace at 1 minus c, store into lrace at 1. lrace at 4 plus 1, store into lrace at 4. So that's after you purchase the car. End. X, store into lrace at 2. Answer, store into z. So whatever car you selected, also you want to make sure, in case you play that next game, it's going to automatically store it for you. Output 8, comma 1, comma quote, or 8, comma 1, comma lrace at 1. So now your new credit amount if you made a purchase. Otherwise, it won't look like anything happened, but it's actually outputting it again. Repeat until k is equal to 21, and lrace at 5 this time is greater than or equal to x, or lrace at 5 plus 1 is equal to x, and lrace at 1 is greater than or equal to c, and k is equal to 21. Get key, store into k. Output at 6, comma 12, comma sub string 2, comma x, comma 1. min 6, comma, max 1, comma, x plus k is equal to 26, minus k is equal to 24, stored into x. If x is greater than L raised at 5, x times 100 store into c. So whatever your position is, again, if you're at 5 this time or anything, it will be 500 credits to buy it. If x is less than L raised at 5, then 0 store into c. So that means it won't cost you anything if you already have it. Output at 7, comma, 11, comma, quote, 3 spaces. So that's just deleting the old credit amount. If L raised at 5 is less than x, output at 7, comma, 11, comma, c. And if c and L raised at 5 is less than x, then L raised at 1 minus c store into L raised at 1. L raised at 5 plus 1 store into L raised at 5. And x store into L raised at 3. Answer store into theta, go to 4. And 4 would be the beginning of the program where it does that little speedway thing and it has the little car travel across the screen. So that is the entire program to play this. This is actually my largest program. So I did actually beat Battleship with this program. Battleship was actually my most recent, one of my most recent actually, and it was the largest that I had. So I'm going to just quit this and I'm just going to quickly show you how much it actually is. So I'm going to go to all and I'm going to scroll down to ours. There it is, 1,487 bytes. So as you can see, mine is my Minesweeper video. That's only 984. So I crushed this by over 500 bytes, just a little bit over. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know that I have some fun playing this game, and I'm going to unlock all the cars. I hope you play this with your friends, do whatever you want with it. I hope you understand and try to learn as much of the code as you can. Remember, I am happy to help if you have any questions. Just contact me in the comments. And I do have a contact email, which I will be posting. And it is on the About page of my YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, you sure can. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas, you can send an email to me and I will respond as soon as I can. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thank you for watching.